Hello fellow Sudokans, welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku Puzzle. It's Monday the 22nd of January 2024. I hope you are keeping well. Sorry, I must apologise, I don't have much time to play this game. Normally on a Monday I like to spend a lot of time explaining things. A nice easy game, but I really don't have the time this morning and I won't be able to play any games later, I think. I'm not sure, but anyway. So I will explain the rules very quickly and then I will play the game rather quickly. So remember, if there's anything that you don't understand because you're completely new to Sudoku, you can just go back and rewind it again or watch some other easy level games as well, which may have more explanation in them. So we have 9 squares across, we have 9 squares in every single row, we have 9 squares down in every column, and we have 9 squares in these small sections that are outlined in black with black lines. We use logic to find the answer, we don't guess, and in particular we consider the idea of having only one number per row, column or 9, because what we're doing is fitting numbers 1 to 9 in each square, 1 per square. Before we go ahead, I'd just like to mention that the US needs to stop executions. It is really a dreadful thing. The US really has no right to criticize any other country's human rights until it stops executing people. I mention this because in Alabama they are about to have another bash at somebody they failed to murder before. Anyway, let's get on with the game of Sudoku. And if you're new wondering why I'm doing that, it's because this channel is not just about Sudoku, it's also about my ponderings, I suppose. Now, okay, this block here doesn't yet have a 6. You can see we have 4, 7, 3, 9 and 5. We don't yet have a 6, but we do have some sixes surrounding. This 6 here, because we have a 6 in this row and we have only 9 squares, we know that 6 can't reappear in this row, so this square here in this block cannot be 6 because it's in this row here. Now look, we have another 6 here across here like this. None of these blue squares can contain 6 apart from the 6s that are already highlighted. Now, in this block here, there is only one empty square, 9 and 5 already filling 2 squares, and so we know that the 6 will have to fit in that square there. And this is the kind of logic that you will need to finish the game. Oh, my air conditioning suddenly started getting noisy. I don't have time to deal with that. I apologize if you can hear a kind of rattling sound. It's my aircon getting rather loud and noisy there for some reason. Why can't I see the next number? Okay, we have 5 blocking across here. In other words, remember, cannot be any other 5s in this row, and in particular I'm looking at these 3 squares here, and 5 in this column means there can't be any 5s in the column here. So again, in this block here we're left with a single space where the 5 can fit, and that's the kind of thing that we need to examine. What do we have now? 6 is blocking down here, a 6 blocking across here, so we can place our 6 in that square there. And as I said, if any of this is too quick, you can just go back and look again. Now what's missing from here? We're looking for 3 numbers. We're looking for 1, 3 and 4. Is that going to help us much? Not a great deal. But at least we do know that digits 1, 3 and 4 fit there because we have all of the other numbers in this block. So that might be useful soon. I have no idea what I'm looking for here. There's only one. Oh, there we go. 1 blocking across here. So that's going to give us 1 in that square there. Now the missing numbers here are 2 and 8. So we have everything else. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 9. So when the 2 blocks down here, that's going to put the 2 there. And we also know that we just need an 8 to complete every number from 1 to 9 in this particular block here, right? Okay. Now what? Let's just have a click. Okay, so I do see something, but I'm not sure that I should tell you, it being as okay, it being a kind of easy level game. Alright, but I will tell you anyway. Okay, so look, we have 1 blocking across here and here, okay, and we also have 8s blocking across both of these rows. So we have 2 squares over here, and we know that 1 and 8 have to fit into these 2 squares, right? Can't be any other numbers because 1 and 8, actually if you prefer, block these 2 squares here, and we need 1 and 8 for this bottom row of for this row here, I should say. Okay, so if this is 1 and 8, what numbers appear in these two squares here? We know it can't be 1 or 8 because they have to go over here. So what we find is the missing numbers are 2 and 4. That's what we need to fit into these two squares now. Now we look around for any intersecting 2s or 4s, and we spot a 2 up here. So when this 2 blocks this square, we know that this must be 2 and this is 4. Now if you're a beginner, you know, as I say, just go back and watch it again if it's a bit tricky. 4 blocks across here, 4 blocks up here. That's going to put a 4 into that square there. Now in this column here we have 3 empty squares, and the missing squares must contain 1, 3 and 9 because we have everything else, 4, 5, 8, 7, 2 and 6. So we're missing 1, 3 and 9, and they fit in these 3 squares here. Now look at this square here and ask yourself, can it be 1? Answer, no, we already have a 1 here. Can it be 3? No, we have 3 here. So if this is not 1 or 3, we know that it must be 9 because that's the only thing left. 5 now blocks this square here, and so that's going to put a 5 there, and this will be a 3. How am I doing on time? Oh, I'm so late. So late today, excuse me. Really, really late. I'm going to have to just keep on keeping on, as they say in funk. What am I missing down here? 5s. 4, 5, 7, 9. 9 blocks up here, 9 blocks across here, and 9 blocks across here like this. When I say blocks, I mean disallows. So that's going to put a 9 into that square here. And the last number that we need for this row is a 2. So let's fit that in, shall we? Now we've got the 2 blocking up here that we just placed, and 2's across here and across here, which will give us a 2 there. And can we? No, I don't. Yes, we can. 2 blocking all the way down here, 2 blocking all the way down here, and 2 across there will give us 2 in that square there. Then 2 across here, 2 across there, 2 down here, 2 down there. That's going to put 2 in that square. Now in fact we have finished with digit 2 because there is already a 2 in every row, every column and every block. So there are no more 2's to find, so we can just forget about digit 2 for now. Now I said earlier on this is 1, 3 and 4, so now we can place 4's block down here, so that's 4. Oh, excuse me. And now the 3 blocks down here, so that's going to be a 3, and this is going to be our 1. And now 1 blocks up here and up here like this, and gets the 1 there. Or you could just look down and see the missing number. Like in this column here, what's the missing number? We've got 1, 2. We don't have a 3 anywhere, so we know that's a 3. 7 blocks across here, that gives us a 7 in this square, and there's only 1 number left for this block and this column, and you'll find it's the same number, of course. There's only one way to complete the Sudoku puzzle. Okay, 9 blocks up here and up here, so that's going to give us a 9 in that square. 9 blocks across here, and up here, that will give us a 9 there, and 9 blocks down here, and across there, and that's the last digit 9. So now, like the 2's, we have all of the 9's complete. There are no more to find. Right, what goes next? I'm not sure, but if you're playing on a computer, sometimes if you click on the digits like this, it can help you find the numbers pretty quickly. Let's see, 3 blocks across here, and 3 blocks across here, and 3 blocks down here. That will give us a 3 in that square there. Five blocks across here and across here, that means this is a 5. Then we take the 5's to the top, like this, and the 5 across here means that we can place another 5 up there. We also have 5 down here, up here, and across there, so there's a 5. And that's the last digit 5. So 2, 5, and 9 are finished. Everything else to play for. How are we doing on the 6's? Not quite sure yet. 7's. And the 8's. Can we finish the 8's? Not sure. So I'm going to go back and look at the 1's again, because we've made some changes since I looked at it, and now you can see we can get the 1 now, because of these intersecting ones, and the other numbers have now filled in some squares, making it making fewer available cells. These squares are sometimes called cells, by the way. You can call them a cell or a square. Fewer available cells, so that's a bit easier. What else am I looking for? Okay, so we have one blocking this square and one blocking this square. So in this column, this has to be a 1. Eight blocks this square here, and in this column now there are 2 empty squares, right? So this must be our 8 because it can't go here, and the last square for this column or cell is 7. We also have 7, oh, didn't need that, 7 blocking down there, 7 blocking across there. That will give us 7 in that square there. What are the last 2 numbers here? They are 4 and 6, but I can't fill them in yet. But here's, look, just one empty number, one empty square, sorry, to be filled by whatever number is missing. We've got 1, 2, 3, but we don't have a 4, so let's put the 4 there. Now 4 blocks down here, that puts the 4 into this square, and the last number here is a 6. As I said, I'm sorry, I apologize for the speed. I know if you're an absolute beginner this looks a bit fast, but I promise you, go back and watch it again, or watch any other easy game until you've got the rules, and it will be very easy to play, I think, I hope. If not, keep trying, don't stop. So that's the last digit, 6. Right, what are we missing up there? Okay, so we have 1 blocking this square in the top row, this 1 down here, right? Stops this from becoming a 1. And we only have 2 empty squares, so we know that that's going to be the 1. And the last number for this row, which we don't yet have, is a 3. So put the 3 in there. How am I doing on time? Ooh, time, it's ticking. 3 also blocks up here. That gives me a 3 there. And the missing number here is going to be an 8. Now 8 blocks across here, giving us an 8 in this square. And 8 blocks down here and across here, giving me an 8 here. There's one more number for this row, which is 7. I'll put that in. And there's one number to fill in here, which is 4. Now the 4s block up here and up here. And there's the 4. One number missing from this column, which is a 7. Let's put that in. And there's one number to go here, which is a 1. Let's fill that in. Now this 1 blocks down here, getting the last digit 1 here, and 1 empty square for an 8. So once again, my apologies for doing that too fast, but I just have to work. I don't, earn my living from YouTube. I'm sorry. Yeah, that would never happen. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.